Hey folks, welcome back to MusicalConman plays Slay That Spire. Back to the top of the order, we are going to play Ironclad again. I realized... Let's make sure we got everyone at maximum ascension. Cool. So we are back to the top of the order on episode 10, I suppose. It took us 9 episodes to do everyone else twice because we did silent and extra time with the wonderful Radioki. So, choose a colorless card, get a relic, choose a rare card, or trade our relic. Okay, I don't see any shops anytime in the near future, so as much as I like choosing a rare card, I don't really want to curse, so I'm interested in probably these two. So we could do a 2 elite act, but we could do a 3 elite act if we get a good enough start to fight a super elite without a bonfire. That's a little risky. Let's get a common relic, see if it's good. Well, choosing a colorless card could be really good, or if it's Hand of Greed, or it could be pretty mediocre if it's most others. Choosing a rare card could be really good, but the curse is definitely pretty bad. Let's get a random common relic. Orichalcum, alright. I'm feeling like going this way. This definitely enables a more aggressive path, because it's just going to block for us so much. Well, let's start here, see if we get good cards. Alright, well, rough start getting attacked for 18, but we'll block what we can. And actually, we've got that fully blocked. So we're about to be weak. So the reason why I'm not just killing this thing is because next turn, our attacks are going to deal 4, but right now they deal 6. So we wanted to deal 6 to this, and 4 to just finish off the weakling. That's my big brain theory. Just a game theory, as the internet man has said. Okay, back up to full health, potion. Inflame, second wind, heavy blade. I love Inflame. Let's see what this event is. Ooh, okay. We get the Warped Tongs. Upgrade a random card in your hand for the rest of combat. Alright, with that in our arsenal, I'm definitely feeling like challenging a super elite. So let's head that direction, get a 3 elite act. We'll take a couple damage, that's fine. Actually, we could take 2 damage to deal 26, but we can full block without playing any more cards. Then again, we would heal up to full. It's probably worth trading some health. But what can I say? I wanted to give it a shot. Okay, so we could deal 11, and then 18 would be 29. Not quite. We can totally take 5 damage, though, and heal it all back. So I'll try and play a little smarter with regards to using up my resources. Alas. Now we are if I hadn't been so scared of pain before, probably could have been at full health now. Okay, Pommel Strike is nice. Flame Barrier is also really good, but let's add a little more damage to our deck. Damage. You want to block, but first you want to get that good damage in your deck. So playing Defend is actually a negative here. It blocks for 5, and if we don't play it, we block for 6. Alright, that's a good upgrade. And a good fight. Wild Strike is really nice single target damage, but Whirlwind is great AoE, so we could be going into a Centuries fight here, in which case we'd be really grateful for Whirlwind, and it scales with Strength really nicely, scales with Energy Potion. Let's draw some Quartz. I don't think we can kill that one, but let's kill that one first anyway. Alright, let's take 6. And Whirlwind is going to be nice this fight. So that would deal 15. If we do this, it would deal 14, but we would have strength. And if we use the energy potion, it would just melt them outright. But I don't mind taking like 4 damage. Okay. Get them both down a little lower. And... oh, that is going to be... Inflame would bring that to 8 plus 8, so not quite. So, no inflammation for us this time. But... I think we ought to be able to take this thing out. Not going to bother playing out the slimes. So we are just going to blast it, and hey, we didn't draw pain. Colorless potion, shrug it off, wild strike, true grit. True grit is a little better than normal because we have a nasty curse. But... I'm going to take a shrug it off, though. I know it's a little early to start building that defense, but what can I say? I like it. Alright, so Inflame, and then an Energy Potion Whirlwind will just work wonders. So don't draw Whirlwind here. Cool. Okay, so that's going to be 8 times 5. So 40 damage. So perfect. We could blast that one into smithereens. Alright. I guess we are not doing that this turn, but we can full block. Does not seem like it would kill that one, though. Upgrade Whirlwind? Okay, so 8 times 4 would be 32. 32 plus 13 would be 45. That is not quite gonna do it, is it? I think this is still the right play, though. Knocks down the super elite real good. And Orichalcum is going to cover the rest for us pretty darn good. And I think that is a solid use of a potion. Take 1 more damage, almost certainly end that thing's whole career. And there we go. Super elite conquered. We get that emerald key. I mean, we could take another Inflame. I'm okay with that. We'd go 2 elites either of these paths. This one we get the campfire first, or this one we could get a campfire on 2 shops. This one has some events. I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade Inflame. Just get that scaling going early. Got kind of a strength build, and that'll be really nice against Lagavulin because we got a couple turns to just play those great strength cards. Do I want to break it this turn, or I could do Inflame, and I'm gonna probably do Inflame and Bash. I think that sets us up real good. So that will pop it. It's not the best pop, but now it's vulnerable and we have 6 strength. And we ought to be able to just chew through it. Let's do block a little, so that's 22 damage. Block 5 more. So right now this would deal 11 times 3. So not too shabby. I think here we could spend 2 energy to block 10 or 0 energy to block 6. I think that's the way to go. And hopefully we'll be able to kill this. If not this turn, then next turn. 3 vulnerable is excellent. Are these cards we want to draw? Yes. Oh, right, math instead. And Paper Frog. Enemies with vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 50. So that's solid. And Rupture works well with Pain, but I'm not really planning to keep Pain forever. And we've got enough strength. We want things to use strength. So it's either a Headbutt, which is just a good attack common that lets us put Whirlwind back on top, put Bash back on top, or Carnage, which just helps us deal damage quickly. Kunai, every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 dexterity. Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's start heading towards Elite number 3. Let's remove Pain. Beautiful. Thanks, Cleric. And then go into our next hallway fight. So 10 damage plus 14. So 24 or 29. Well, 29 seems slightly more lethal given its current health. So now I just gotta deal with the board. Could have played 3 attacks to gain 1 dexterity, but I felt like gaining that strength is more useful. 11 times 3 is gonna do it. Thanks for the upgrade, Warped Tongs. And Shockwave is a premium card, especially with Paper Frog making vulnerable even better than usual. Let's go shopping. Alright, 2 attack upgrades is kind of enticing. We could get strikes, so there's 5 strikes, but there's also 4 pretty good upgrades, so the odds are we, expect to get something along the lines of 1 strike and 1 good card. We could dual wield to get even more in flames, but I don't think that's necessary right now. I like this. Okay, yep, 1 strike, 1 good card. About as expected, and 2 strikes isn't even the worst thing. Alright. Come here, Gremlin Mob. Let's slap you up good. Weak is nice, but damage is better. Alright, take 8 damage. If we're lucky, we'll kill it this turn. 19, and 14. 2 strength and 75% bonus is nothing. Ooh, and we have Shuriken and Kunai. Alright, we're going full ninja. Now our goal is just to play as many cards as possible. Cleave is nice, but we already have a Whirlwind, so that kind of negates the need for that. Heavy Blade is kind of a Carnage plus eventually, but a Carnage minus to start. I don't think we need a Heavy Blade. I don't know if we need an Intimidate. We got a Shockwave for weak. I think we're okay with this for now. Alright, so we're pretty well blocked. We could make it weak and vulnerable, or we could, for 3 turns, or we could get 2 more strength. I think weak and vulnerable is gonna get us a little more value, because that's 40. Yep. Yeah, vulnerable does more damage than 2 more strength. Liquid Bronze is going to be nice against this upcoming boss, and I'm actually going to take Anger here. It's just a 0-cost attack, which works really well with Kunai and Shuriken. Eventually, our deck, we get more and more of them, our deck starts filling up with them, and that's fine. Let's upgrade our Shockwave here, I think. So since we've got some 2-cost attacks as well, this lets us do things like Inflame, and then Strike, Whirlwind, and then we can Anger so that we get 1 strength and 1 dexterity. So now this is looking pretty good. We are getting attacked for 36, but I'm not sure if I really care. I might care a little. So we could block for another 12. Yeah, that seems prudent. I'd love to apply a bunch of vulnerable, but Shockwave is going to do that pretty well. Would have been really nice to have Shockwave in those first few turns, but you get what you get. And in this case, we get full block for free from Auric Alchemy. Alright. It is time for a Wave of Shock. We're on the 2nd time through our deck already, so we do get Angry. I'm totally fine adding some of those to our discard pile, because Anger is a useful tool sometimes. Alright, so we're always doing this. We're always doing this, and then the question is, do we bash, or just Whirlwind twice? Or, yeah, I think we're gonna kill it before the extra vulnerable matters, so there we go. And you can see why I didn't really use any of the potions here. We are pretty set on this fight. I would rather have a block potion than a colorless potion, and we could Impervious, Fiendfire, Immolate. So a big front-loaded block is really nice. Fiend Fire is a great way to thin out our deck. Get rid of a lot of random stuff and deal a bunch of damage at once. Also, Fiend Fire will scale well with Strength. If we got like 4 other cards in our hand, then that applies Strength 4 times. So let's grab that. Ooh, okay, Fusion Hammer, Black Star, Snecko. So, Anchor is going to be pretty bad with Snecko, but a lot of the rest of these are great. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 2-cost cards. We've got an X-cost card that doesn't care about Snecko. This is going to be a really, really good thing, I think. And just the extra 2 draws per turn. I'm a big fan. Makes it a lot more likely that we'll get discounted stuff that we can use to Kunai and Shuriken. Alright, how many elites we got here? So we could do a 2 elite path this way, 2 elite path this way, 3 elite path this way. And this gets us bonfires and more events. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, Inflame is a good start. I'm just going to make it weak and vulnerable. Okay, so 15 damage times this many, without doing the math, I think is a pretty good amount. And now we'll just strike it. Another Block Potion or Liquid Bronze. I think we're going to take Block Potion. I don't think we're having trouble doing damage to things. Let's take another expensive card. It's going to get, on average, slightly discounted. Clothesline is nice. Another Carnage is getting a little redundant now. Orange Pellets, fun fact, Snecko Eye is actually considered a debuff. So if we activated Orange Pellets during a fight, we would no longer be confused, but the previous cost randomization would remain. Which is to say, it would, let's say we drew a card that normally costs 3, it costs 1. After we cleanse the debuff, that will never be changed again, so it will just stay that way. Considering an evolve, but I think let's just card remove a strike. Our deck is pretty solid at the moment. Let's get another card. Okay, the Pummel scales well with strength, but Sword Boomerang scales with strength. Battle Trance is normally very good draw. With Snecko Eye, it's medium because on the one hand, the cost is raised a lot, but on the other hand, Snecko Eye makes drawing cards even better. But front-loaded block Flame Barrier is going to be really nice. Let's head to this event. Remove another card. Who could this old beggar be? It's Cleric, of course. Remove another strike, I think. Yeah, no, let's remove Anger. I mean, Anger is just strike but worse. It's strike that makes more of itself. Probably should have removed that last time, but it's okay. Okay. So we could Fiend Fire for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, 6, not counting itself. That does not kill. So let's defend. And I mean, 24 damage to all of them seems pretty nice, right? At 2 costs, I don't really want to gain strength. And I could use this to block for 6 or 7, but we're at full health, so we don't mind taking up to 6 damage absolutely for free. Okay. So, we can kill one of these. So we'll do 20 here, and 6, and make you weak. And also we can kill the other one. Cool. Fire Potion is good. Ooh, another Flame Barrier. Do I want another Flame Barrier? Are we I don't think we're not trying to exhaust our deck down really small and do any sort of infinite combo, because card costs are randomized. What is our Act Boss? Champ. I mean, Flame Barrier costs 2. At a certain point with Snecko, there is a case to be made for just, look, if it costs 2, you take it. It's either Fiend Fire or Whirlwind as our main damage sources here. We could also honorable mention to 3-week. I think it's really good to get a really strong Fiendfire, because Snecko Eye, 2 extra cards means Fiendfire does a lot of damage. Okay. So we want to deal 20. If we play both of these, which I think we'd like to. 1, 2. So then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 4 procs for Fiendfire, so that's 40. Okay, we are at 15 block and then 19, 29. So then if we play these here and here, this will... That's not math. I didn't do the math. But it will die. And we don't take much damage, so we can still heal it up. I'm okay with that. Okay, let's do an Inflame. Shockwave will kill that, and... we don't even need to block. We've got Orichalcum coming up, so let's just bash. Clothesline. And card removal is cheaper. Uppercut is really choice. I think I'd rather have Blessing of the Forge than Plated Armor. We've got a big hand, so it's good to upgrade a lot of stuff in it. Oh, this seems lovely. So 24 damage to everything. And then kill one of them. Big fan. Okay. Cool. So you see this deck, we're just taking big cards and doing big damage, and we're pretty happy with that. Ooh, Metallicize is not bad. Flame Barrier Plus would be good if we didn't already have 2 Flame Barriers. Perfected Strike would be better if we hadn't removed Strike already. I mean, Metallicize is good even if it costs slightly more, right? And that's a way to start blocking later in the game. I'll take a Metallicize. Ooh, 1 vulnerable to all enemies on turn 1 can be incredible. Okay, we are fully blocked. So 13 damage or that. Let's just focus on the big kid on the block. Because these two just died a Whirlwind. As long as we're doing anything interesting at all. So 24. Yep, they both died a Whirlwind. Well, not if we don't upgrade it. We could also Shockwave, Block Potion. We could Flame Barrier, Fiendfire. I'm kind of okay with Flame Barrier, Fiendfire. Maybe should have considered using the upgrade potion first, but this is fine. And let's block a little bit. So we're being attacked for a bunch. Let's use up our block potions. That way we can get new potions to replace them. That's 20 and 29. We do not have any strength. Let's just get a little strength. We can kill the big one hopefully next turn. We got a Carnage coming up, and if it's cheap, and we got other stuff, and it is the cheapest. Cool. Alright, Shuriken and Kunai would love to be useful, but we are just not getting a chance for them. Twin Strike does scale with strength, but do we need it just for that purpose? I don't think we do. I don't think we need True Grit. I think that's a skip. Ooh, this could be very good. Alright, let's obtain the book. Take a bunch of damage, but our health is full. Nilri's Codex. Nilri's Codex is good, but I was kind of hoping for another one. We've only seen Nilri's Codex from that, but there is actually another one it can give you. it's a good one. Okay, so that would be 22, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 17. Easy. And then we are fully blocked. I'll take a bludgeon. Thanks, Nilri. If we draw that, I think we're in solid shape. And look, we've drawn it. Bam. Almost always love a copy of Disarm. And an elite. Disarm is great against multi-attacks. Hard to have too much of it. Okay, Flame Barrier. So we get Carnage for 35. But I think I would rather shrug it off. And do we make it weak or vulnerable? So we're getting attacked for 20. We're getting attacked for exactly 34. Let's get more vulnerable so that we can kill it next time. Juggernaut is interesting with slight discount, but I think we've got other ways to block. Offering, I'm interested in offering. A lot of energy, even if its cost is randomized, and then it's just draw 3 cards. And the health penalty, I'm not super concerned about. Okay, uppercut does kill that. Lovely. Well, let's do that. As I've said, offering interests me. Does not change. I'm here to stick to my principles. Okay. Let's lose a little health. So this would be 40 damage. But if we make them vulnerable, it is going to be, what, 17 damage times 3, so 51. Seems like a good adjustment. Blood Vial for healing. Liquid Memories is really nice with Snecko Eye because we've got all these expensive cards that we can get back, and as I've said, offering is interesting to me. We got the Smiling Mask, so we can really start removing cards. Ooh, Reaper. Reaper is one of the best Ironclad cards in most situations. So it is 2 energy, deal 4 damage to all enemies, heal HP equal to unblocked damage. So even against one enemy, deal 4, heal 4, pretty bad, but what's really important is that for Ironclad, you have a ton of ways of gaining strength. So if you get, say, a demon form, which gets you more and more strength every turn, if you can just keep blocking for a while, eventually you can heal for 50 and just be at full health after the fight. But we do gotta choose an upgrade. I think it's an uppercut upgrade is really valuable. Get a little extra weak and a little extra vulnerable. Disarm is good, but it's not as good against the champ that we're fighting here. It's good against like the heart, stuff like that. Or we could just draw 2 extra cards with offering, which I think is really good with Snecko Eye, because 2 more random cost cards is 2 more chances at zeros. So let's get this out of our hand so that we can have room to draw 5. Ooh, wow, this is spicy. So we could Fiend Fire for, yikes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we could Fiend Fire for 17 times 9, which is going to be 153. It's pretty good, but I think I'd rather get some powers in play. Let's make it weak and vulnerable. Draw, Inflame, and Disarm. Bludgeon, definitely. And just deal a ton of damage for the same cost as a strike. With Orichalcum, I'm not really interested in Flame Barrier. So we could deal 40 damage this way, or 19 times 3 is 57. Sorry, Carnage. You are going to be ethereal. We do get 1 strength and dexterity, so that's good. We want to keep that coming. Heavy Blade, actually pretty good now. We got 4 strength, so strength affecting it 3 times brings it from 14 to 26 damage. Or sorry, 34 damage. Wait. Oh, it's upgraded, okay. That's why. So we could just deal 59 damage here. Yeah, Bludgeon is honorable mention for 63 damage there. But I think we'd rather apply some more vulnerable and weak. Rebirth, wait your turn. We'll get to you. So this is going to bring it to its second... No. At 210, it goes to its second phase. It's going to attack next turn, so let's add a Flame Barrier in there. It's not attacking next turn. Maybe I don't know its AI as well as I might have thought. So this turn, we are going to split it. So 9 damage or an extra 13. I think the blocking is valuable. So let's get that Reaper out of our deck. Deal 26 to that. Also, playing an extra attack means we proc these. Demon Form is really nice when its cost is reduced, but it's also pretty late in the fight, and I think we're just trying to kill it now. So let's just take a Carnage. It remains vulnerable, so this turn it is going to heal itself, remove... Well, sorry, it won't heal, but it will remove all its debuffs. But it can only do that if it gets to play the game. And our goal is to make sure that doesn't happen. We're up to 7 strength now. Dual Wield is actually pretty good with Snecko Eye, because you're probably going to have one attacker power that's 0 cost, so you just add an extra copy and it's cheap, but this will do it. That will not do it. I didn't do the math. I think we're good, though. That was kind of funny. Bludge. And what do we want here? Well, Demon Form, as I've said, very good. So with Kunai, Shuriken, a couple of Inflames, we are just going to start gaining a ton of strength. So we can heal up to full with Reaper in easy fights. Juggernaut, again, nice, especially with the Metallicize. But I think Demon Form is just going to be better. Runic Pyramid, very bad. Busted Crown, interesting. Get energy, so play more cards, of course, but less choices later. Or Velvet Choker. I'm going to say Busted Crown, because although there might be cards we want to have on our deck, we have a Nilreese Codex, so even if we don't add any more cards to our deck in between fights, we can add a bunch of cards to our deck during fights. So, we get 2 elites here, and that's a campfire. This has 2 events. We don't really need a shop right now, and it's not worth skipping a campfire to get an extra move, I don't think. Then we could do a shop, elite, another elite, or 2 events. I think that's the path. We'll go this way. Alright. Give me an offering. Fiendfire does a bunch. Look at that, its health was less than a bunch. Wild Strike, no. Ooh, we could fight 2 of those. Well, the first one was so hard, but I'm just so greedy for that rare relic. Let's do it. Okay. Free Shockwave, free Inflame. We'll spend 1 energy to draw 5 cards, because we get 2 back, and I am totally okay with that. We do get a Fiendfire again. So, let me see. So it's 21 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 21 times 5 will do it, so we can play this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one. And this will be good enough. Alright. Yeah, I'll take a uppercut. Bip, bap, boop. Bam. Reaped. Peace Pipe. You can now remove cards from your deck at rest sites. That's pretty interesting. Armaments. Gain 5 block. Upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of combat. We have a lot of unupgraded cards, and some of them are really nice to upgrade. Of course, Warped Tongs is going to help with that, but I mean, if that's an effect we like doing, I think it's an effect we like doing again, especially because Snecko Eye means we have more cards in our hand, so more upgrades. Okay. Let's... Reaper is looking pretty good. We are already fully blocked, so I think we Reaper, Uppercut, and play our free strike. So let's just start working on this front one. We could kill this one, but let's just do a little damage all over. We do get our strength and our dexterity. Carnage seems like a good thing to draw. It's 2 cost, and with Vulnerable and Paper Frog, they just do a bunch of damage. So that is 24 damage. That is going to kill this one, but not those. Could use our upgrade potion to bring it to, so what, 9, so 36 damage? Doesn't really change anything. Mm, 18 damage will kill those. 12 damage will not quite. Okay. Let's take a little damage here. And hopefully blast that thing next turn. Barricade is fun. I don't know that we need it. We're really just trying to kill this last one. Not really block anymore, but what can I say? We got it. It's fun. Alright. So we could disarm Flame Barrier and fully block. We already used our Reaper, so it's not like we're healing up anymore. That does not murder it. Let's take 5 more damage and get that vulnerable on it. Alright. Okay. We probably want the offering here. Okay. We can strike that one and bludgeon or fiend fire this one. We can't do anything else either way. We could shrug it off and see if it gets something we can play. That will not kill it. So, goodbye all these cards. Doubling our strength is not really necessary at this point. Fun though it may be. We are a little low on health, but that's just to feed into the Reaper machine going forward. Heavy Blade, I don't think so. We've got one. Okay, get rid of Offering and Flame or Reaper. Wow, well, Offering and Reaper are 2 of the best cards in our deck. So, sorry, Inflame. You just had to get rid of you. Did not make the cut. Hope we're not playing too fast for our audience here. I know I'm kind of zipping. Alright, let's gain some block and upgrade. So this will heal a bunch. That's 22, and this is maybe a bunch. Alright, well, we're always going to Reaper. And they're already vulnerable, so we were healed back up to full. That will kill that, so that's perfect. So we'll take 2 damage, and I am more than okay with that outcome. Demon Form. Defend. I want to kill that one. But right now, Uppercut does a bunch of damage to us. I think Fiend Fire will deal damage multiple times to that, so let's... But it's only 6. 6 times 3 we can do. But 6 times 3 we can do this way too. Let's do a little damage to everything. Cool. Gain some strength, kill the thing, gain some italicize. It is going to gain more thorns, but we'll deal with it eventually. Barricade might be a way to deal with it. Just build up a bunch of block over many turns. Okay, so now we just need to attack it. And we are back up to full health. Awesome. No. Not good enough. Give me an elite. Giant head. Okay. Let's draw some cards first of all. Okay, I'm interested in Reaper and Carnage. Could be interested in Clothesline. Let's just get... You know what? We could save the Reaper. Bludgeon? Bludgeon hit hard. Me like hit hard. Okay, how do we want to do this? Let's take let's do this big. Let's take an Flame. Clear hand space. Let's take an Offering. Let's take a Shockwave. Shrug It Off is free, and it stacks slow. So 34 damage for each card exhausted. Good start. 78 damage. So this is not worth playing, because that's less damage per card, but this does 24. Okay. Let's... 34. So these are both the same, so let's play this one first, get those extra stacks. That does more than this, but I think increasing this by an extra 10% is worth 8 less damage, or 10 less damage up front, I think. Let's do that. Do that. And there we go, we got the extra strength from Shuriken as well, so now we deal 44 damage times all those, and the fight is looking good. I will take a Heavy Blade now. Cool, full health. Happy Flower, extra energy sometimes. Iron Wave, rarely a good card. It can be interesting in Act 1, but it's not usually a card you're excited about taking. So Elite or 2 Elites, we want 2 Elites. Now here's an interesting question. Do we want to upgrade something, or do we want to toke? Actually, our deck is pretty good. And with Armaments Plus and Warped Tongs, we got pretty good odds of having the cards we want upgraded at the times we want them. Our final boss is Awakened 1. I'm not seeing a ton of upgrades here that really wreck that, except maybe Whirlwind. Let's remove a strike. Our other cards are getting quite good at this point. Let's draw better ones more often. Okay, well, we can just hit it a bunch. Yep. We get our Shuriken and Kuno. We have done most of its health. Limit Break. I think we just have to block for 1 turn, and I think then we'll almost certainly kill it. Okay, this is unfortunate. Let's block what we can, make it weak. And we could Skill Potion or Liquid Memory, so I'd like to Skill Potion here. Let's draw some cards here. We're not going to play that. We're not going to play that. Okay, shrug it off. Uppercut. That. Bop. Bop. I'm totally okay with taking 11. I don't care about any of those cards, and let's hopefully finish it off. I will take an upgrade to draw 2 extra cards. Hopefully we can kill it without playing Offering, but alas. I think playing Offering is the right call here. Maybe we'll draw a Reaper. I said maybe we'll draw a Reaper. I said maybe we'll draw a Reaper. Hey look, we drew a Reaper! Full health. Take a Potion. Lantern. Extra energy on turn 1. So Lantern and Happy Flower means a lot of the times we get just random extra energy. So combined with 4 starting energy and a bunch of cards in our hand, we got good odds. Perfected Strike. We are removing strikes. No thank you. Alright, blue thing. Bottled Tornado would be really nice on demon form, but we want to fight the heart. Let's go to the store. Bag of Prep would mean that on turn 1 we draw 9 cards. Centennial Puzzle is interesting. Feel No Pain is really good, but we don't actually have a lot of exhaust except for Fiend Fire, and Reaper, and Offering, and Disarm. And Carnages can exhaust, and Shockwave. Okay, a decent portion of our deck exhausts. I think Bag of Preparation is definitely a good take. And Feel No Pain or Card Remove. I think Feel No Pain is pretty good. It gives us some potential for defense. I don't know. We have such over... Honestly, I think our biggest defense is probably Demon Form into Reaper. Maybe we just want to shrink our deck. I'm conflicted about this one. Let's get a Feel No Pain. Alright, we have a lovely turn 1. So we can deal a bunch of damage to all enemies. Just a bunch of it. So that's going to be, it would normally be 12, but instead it's going to be 14. Yeah, 75% of 8 is 6, so 14 times 5 is 70 damage to all enemies. Why not? Get that demon form happening. Okay. Good fight, Reptomancer. Another relic that gives us extra energy sometimes. So, start of the Act 3 boss fight, we are going to have 9 cards in our hand and at least 7 energy. True Grit. I will totally take a True Grit. True Grit Plus is really nice targeted exhaust. Okay. Let's make it weak. What's armaments here? Gain a bunch of strength. Do we want to deal more damage, or do we want to just call this good? Let's deal a little more damage. It's going to give us a curse, so we don't want that, so whatever it does here is better than a curse. Alright, good enough. Dark Embrace. I'm interested in card draw here. Okay, big attack coming in. But I got a little couple things I know as well. 31 damage. That is the curse. You got anything else? 18 damage. I will keep that. Ooh, Corruption. Corruption is a really incredible power. Skills cost 0. Whenever you play a skill, exhaust it. I don't think we're going to see it this game, but maybe we'll get it again. Colorless Potion. The thing is, colorless cards, some of them are really good, and a lot of them are not. Clothesline is pretty good. We have a couple sources of weak, but I don't mind having another, and it's a good attack. So Colorless Potion, colorless cards do so many different things that you don't really know what it's going to even give you. Alright. Lots of energy. Give it some weak, make it lose some strength. Armless is better here. Pummel is pretty good once you get strength, because that's already deal 5 damage 4 times. Okay. That'd be 12. And once it exhausts, it's another 3. So 15, and then defend is 20. And we get a Feel No Pain in play? Or we just Flame Barrier. I think that works pretty well. Let's exhaust regular defend, why not? Nah. Alright, 3 turns to go. Can we deal a bunch of damage to it? Demon Form will help with that. This will block for more than Shrug It Off. Do we want to take 6 to block 3? I'm good. Alright. Can we deal 50 damage? I mean, with all this, we can very deal 50 damage. See what we draw. I guess it might have been good to play these first to put them back in our draw pile before we reshuffled our draw pile, but I think we'll be okay. 57. We know how to deal with that around these parts. Okay. Corruption. Do we get it this time? Of course not. If the enemy intends to attack gains 3 strength, we have a demon form. So I think we're covered on gaining strength. Okay. let's exhaust some stuff so that we can draw some stuff. I don't really care about armaments right now. So this will draw 1 too many. Okay, now this will draw 5 to our hand size, and now we can start thinking about what we want to do. Play the defend. So we can do Carnage, Clothesline, Clothesline plus, or we can do Carnage, Clothesline, Feel No Pain. I don't think Feel No Pain is that relevant if we can just kill it. I could be intrigued about drawing a card here. Ooh, Shockwave is good. Yeah, we need that weak and vulnerable. So let's do Disarm, Shockwave, and last Clothesline for 40 damage. So we could have done a lot of damage that turn. As I said, dual wield is nice with Snecko Eye, but I felt like we'd do a decent amount of damage and get a bunch of utility going. Okay. Okay. So full heal, full block. I don't really need any of those. What you got for me, big head? Alright, dual wield will be nice on a Carnage. We want a demon form, but we might just kill the thing. I've got an awkward amount of energy. I guess we'll just use it on Whirlwind. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so dual wield Carnage is Uppercut, Carnage, Carnage, and Whirlwind. That's a lot of damage, so that's already 24. Over 100. And then, I don't know, probably another 30. I think that's worth more than Demon Form this turn. So let's get that train out of the station. 14, and yeah, with slow and vulnerable, this goes from 29 to 65, from 30 to 73. Pretty good turn. Double tap could be nice with Fiendfire. No, it couldn't. I don't think it works that way. I think it would exhaust our whole hand, deal damage, then exhaust an empty hand and do nothing. So we can just Fiendfire next turn. Does a bunch of hurtin'. It's not even attacking. So this does 15 times a bunch, but let's draw a card and do a little damage first. So now it's got that slow stack, and that's pretty good. Bludgeon. Bludgeon good. Alright, now it's finally starting to get going. So that currently does 44. 19. 19 plus 14 is 33. And 44, but another 20% is going to be like 50. 50 plus 33. This is pretty close. So this would be 15 plus 50. Okay, 15 plus 53. I was pretty sure that was going to get it. Champion Belt. Whenever you apply Vulnerable, apply 1 weak. So that'll be nice. We already really like to apply Vulnerable, and Bag of Marbles is going to go great with Champion Belt. So at the start of combat, all enemies are vulnerable and weak. I think Block Potion is better than Speed Potion. And I'll take another Metallicize. Alright, let's recall, get that Ruby Key to allow us to fight the heart, and hopefully, once we get to the heart, this fight will be fought a little more carefully than our previous heart fight. Okay. So we could Whirlwind for a zillion. We could Blessing of the Forge to Whirlwind even harder. I think we want to get a Demon Form in play. And do we want to get a Shockwave, or would we rather just Whirlwind 3 extra times? I think I definitely want to do... Okay, so Whirlwind is 5 to all enemies, but it's actually 75% 8. So that's going to do a ton of damage to all enemies, but that's also the only AoE in our deck except for Reaper. I'm always going to do this. Yeah, I think I'd rather do more damage this turn than have them be healthier next turn, and blocking I don't think is important when we have a Reaper and we've already played Demon form. So, let's get our Strength and Dexterity. Let's do a big number on everything else. I will take a double tap with all these big attacks. See if we can blast our opponents down a little bit. Just a little bit. Flame Barrier seems good. I'm going to play the Reaper later in the fight. But let's offer him now, because we're gaining strength every turn, so Reaper is just going to get better and better. Okay, so we're 21, 27, so we're pretty much fully blocked. If we could gain strength, but that'll also give it strength. We could also remove its strength. We could also draw a card. That's unfortunate. That doesn't quite kill. We do need to kill these little ones at some point, but it doesn't seem like an urgent priority. Cool. Yeah, let's just knock that out. Don't care. Alright. Oh, you know what? Actually, Flame Barrier is a pretty acceptable way to kill those. Feel No Pain will give us extra block, which I think is worth giving it strength. But let's draw a card first. I think we want the weak. And I'm going to play this Strike instead of Exhaust it, just to gain the extra strength and dexterity. But I'm still going to exhaust these other three. They'll give us some block. And we'll take a little bit, but I'm okay with that. So we've got Armaments, Dual Wield. We can use Dual Wield to get extra copies of Reaper. Let's do that. We'll just... I mean, any turn that we can just stall and do nothing, we're getting extra strength, and our enemy is not. Okay. So we can Flame Barrier. It is not vulnerable, so we really want it to be. Double tap costs 3, so that's not feeling viable. And we could play Metallicize, but give it a little strength. I don't think that's worth it. Skip those. Alright, our strength is up to 10. I want to save this Shockwave, because we're about to take it to its second phase. Okay. So I'm going to take it to our second phase. So earlier, whenever we played a power, it gained strength, but right now, it doesn't. So we get 3 strength for free. And we get a Reaper next turn. We don't want any of these. Alright. Ooh, we got a Shockwave and a Reaper. Beauteous. No, we're definitely doing that. It was attacking for 40, but that is fine. Our strength is really getting up there. So this will heal us for a pretty solid amount. We'll heal up completely after the fight. So it's just a matter of making sure we don't die during, and again, I think we are looking pretty strong. That's its biggest attack. We could get some 2 extra copies of Bash, but we could also Pommel Strike a bunch. A lot of card draw, a lot of chance for 0 costs. We're already blocked pretty well. Let's do one more. Yeah, let's just cause it harm. Heavy Blade is going to be fantastic at this point with 21 strength. Heavy Blade, if we draw it, is a finisher. Check that out. So 23 strength, right? 83 damage, baby. Alright, we have beaten the Awakened One, and we are now ready to deal 1,000 damage to the heart. Proceed onwards. And it's going to be so important in this heart fight, so there are two things we need to do to survive against the heart. So obviously we have to do enough damage to kill it. We have to block enough damage to not die. And the most important thing is when we are playing when we have block cards in our hand that we can use to avoid obliteration at the hands of this terrible arterial beast, we have to play those cards. Not a mistake I've ever made, but just in case, I would want to be aware. Okay, Gambler's Brew is really good with Snecko Eye because if you get a ton of high-cost stuff you don't want, you can get a bunch of new cards. So I like Gambler's Brew. I like removing another unupgraded strike. But I didn't actually check the math, so we're not going to get Gambler's Brew. Do I like Power Potion better than Block Potion? Not sure. I do like Shrug It Off, though. We're going to be gaining a bunch of dexterity, ideally. And it draws cards, so even if it costs 1.5, I think it'd still be worth putting on our deck, because it does a useful job. Alright, we get rid of those artifact charges, we blast them down a little more. This seems like a good hand to upgrade. It's that, or we could just Whirlwind a zillion times. We are fully blocked already. But wait, 5 times 7 versus 8 times 5. Yeah, Armaments is always a good play. And then Flame Barrier is free. So then we can do 8, but it's actually 14 times 5. We could reduce this thing's strength by 3, but dealing 52 damage to both of them seems even better. Good start. I love Snecko Eye. Snecko Eye is the best boss relic in the game, by the way. It's actually considered such. Let's draw a bunch of cards. Okay. So we're getting attacked for 21 plus 13, so 34. And we're blocked for 25 already. So this gets us to 30. Feel No Pain is good. Can we kill this? 22 plus 24 is 46. We can't play that. And that's going to be another like 7. So 53 will not do it. Alright, so we're blocking. Let's get a Feel No Pain in play. Let's get a Metallicize in play. And do we want a Demon Form or Uppercut plus Clothesline? So this deals 46 damage, but after the block that's only 16. And it's already weak and vulnerable for basically the rest of the fight. We are blocked almost completely. We could also Clothesline into Reaper, which is pretty nice, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they're already at less than half health. So I think just blasting them down is going to be more valuable than that. Okay, we have a Fiend Fire there, so Dark Embrace plus Fiend Fire is potentially a really good combo. Alright. Let's shrug. Okay, we got Dark Embrace. So now do that, and oh, that's cute. It thinks we don't have lethal. Also, Feel No Pain blocked for a bunch. Oh no, how are we gonna kill it? Boop. Like that. Alright, so we're onto the part fight with full health. 2 more upgrades. We don't care about Sword Boomerang. Alright, those are really nice upgrades. Flame Barrier is great against the heart, because when it attacks 12 times in one turn, that 6 damage really goes a long way. Yikes, we have too many cards in our hand. What a problem, just as planned. Okay, Disarm is really nice. This seems like a good hand to upgrade. I'd like to upgrade the disarm and the metallicize. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would really like to shockwave. But we can also get that back later with liquid memories. Let's play a bunch of vulnerable and draw a bunch of cards. Okay, we got demon form. Awesome. We're in good shape. Whirlwind for 28 or metallicize. I like metallicize. Helps us live. Alright. On to turn 3. Well, okay, I was just saying too funny, but then it sounded like French, where it'd actually be like, I don't speak French, but in the general vein of un, deux, trois, which would be like 3, so yikes. It's not quite accurate. Okay. This seems like a good block potion. If we get a bunch of... It's kind of nice that Reaper is in our discard, because now if we get a bunch of strength, we can maybe get it back later. Let's get a little more strength here. Use our block potion. Block Pushwan. Evolve has some potential, but we've already drawn most of the statuses we're gonna draw. Ooh, alright, 0 times 12. I like to see that. I wish we had a flame barrier this turn, I really do. But I'm not going to actually liquid memories it back. We could Carnage for 35, so 70 damage. Or we could just get a block engine going. Let's get a block engine going. So second wind is nice with Feel No Pain. Because again, if we just defend for long enough, eventually demon form will just start chunking it. Okay, we do not have the card draw this time. Ooh, this will exhaust both wound and burn, so I'm very down for that. So let's exhaust those. Fiendfire is not going to do anything now. Let's draw a card. I mean, we could just break those, but Fiendfire could... Okay, future turn, we'll draw 7 cards, we get Fiendfire, so 6 times, already 33. And going up with vulnerable and extra strength to like 50, so 6 times 50 could be like 300 damage. I don't think 60 damage now is worth it. Yeah, I'll take a shockwave in there. Okay, 4 times 12. It's a little spooky. Could get a second wind back. Let me True Grit a strike. That does start to block for a little more. Probably better to True Grit. I mean, Liquid Memories a uppercut. Shame the uppercut is not upper graded though. Okay. Making it weak seems very useful here. Bringing that from 4 down to 3 is, well, it's 12 damage difference. But if we took the second wind, it's 7 block for each card exhausted, plus 3, so 10 block for each of these, so that's 30 block. I'd like to block for 30 here. That's the wrong one. Remember last time when I lost the heart fight because I just got lazy and started clicking random things? So I was a little tired. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're being attacked for 48, but we're blocked for a pretty good amount. We're blocked for 31, so we're just taking 17. I'm okay with that. Another demon form is a little silly. Is it? Is it though? All our good block is here. I really wish we had gotten one of these flame barriers on one of these multi-attack turns. Yeah. So that was a complete waste of liquid memories. Okay, we could do flame barrier, or just flame barrier shockwave. Shockwave seems better here. So it makes it weak first, then vulnerable, but because of Champion Belt, making it vulnerable will apply weak. So weak will block like 10. Or we could just fully block. No, we really need that 5 vulnerable. Okay, and we are only taking 5 here. Body Slam, nah. Decent amount of our block comes from Metallicize. Okay, okay. Here we get a free Shockwave. And then probably just Whirlwind for a bunch. I am totally okay taking a couple damage from Beat to Death. So we have not done any damage to the heart, but we have 15 strength. So we just did 80 without really trying. I will totally take an Impervious. It blocks a bunch and it exhausts. Alright. So now Reaper heals for 38, which is a lot, and we get a Flame Barrier. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Let's draw 2 cards. Yeah, I think we want to heal for 38. I think that's good enough. And I think it's time to Fiend Fire. It can take 215 more damage this turn. Okay, so that blocks for 15 if we Fiend Fire. It's not quite enough, is it? Well, 15, 28, 36, and it's attack with 48. Yeah, I don't mind taking 12, especially after we just healed so much. Let's start killing this thing. Alright, it is at 287 health. I think we're in good shape. Heavy Blade is a nice finisher, and look at all that damage coming in. It just took 6 times 12, so 96 damage from that. We got a Heavy Blade. Let's become Impervious and strike mightily. Okay, we got a Whirlwind in there, so if nothing else, we can deal many damage with that. Okay. Next turn, it doesn't attack? Yeah. Alright, that is a heart fight. Thanks for watching. I had a lot of fun with this one. Snecko has come to the rescue once again. A lot of great stuff that happened that run. We got Snecko again, we got Nilry. They've already been the stars of a couple runs. Big fan, big fan. Oh, you know what? Gotta see what we unlocked. Almost certainly unlocked some stuff. So we did beat the run and beat the heart. Yeah, 1537 is more than enough to get going on that next one. And that'll be our last unlock. So 1500 points for a heart kill. If we can get one more heart kill, we are probably in good shape. Alright, so now you saw we got some really good use out of exhaust synergies there, with especially Fiend Fire there, with the Feel No Pain, all that. So here are 3 new cards we've unlocked that help with exhaust. So Havoc, exhaust the top card of your draw pile. Sentinel, defend, but if you exhaust it, you get energy. Or Exhumed, exhaust a card, or get back a card that you've exhausted. Alright, so we got 1 unlock remaining for the Ironclad character. We'll get to it eventually, but we gotta play through the other characters first. Now what? Has it been done? The video sleeps. And so shall this stop recording button.